Hey Chiefs fans, welcome back to the channel. The Chiefs went out and re-signed Jerick McKinnon to the team. Let's talk about it and see exactly what that might mean for your Kansas City Chiefs.
Touchdown! Kansas City! One of the greatest duos in the history of the National Football League. Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelce on a push fade comeback. And the Chiefs have won this incredible divisional playoff game in overtime.
Alright guys, so I want to get right to this because I know a lot of people don't have an attention span for a real long video, but I do want to show you guys some stuff and show you what Jerick McKinnon brings to the team and why I think maybe he was brought in at this specific time, because it is a little bit of an odd time to wait to re-sign one of your players that was on the roster last year and did some good things for you in the playoffs. So let's get right to it so we can keep this video short. I'm going to bring up a play here and show you some of what he brings to the running game. We're going to look at three plays really quickly. One thing I want to teach really quick is you'll hear announcers talk about the box a lot, and just imagine a rectangle right here, right? And you're going to count the guys in that box, and right now you can see right here you got 6 guys in the box. This guy doesn't count. He's outside the box. If he creeps down a little further, we'll count him, but he's not there yet. This guy's definitely not in the box. So you got a 6-man box. You have 6 blockers here. And we're going to see what happens. What you're going to see is Joe Thuney is going to pull, and he's going to kick out TJ Watt, which is a hell of a task to do because TJ Watt is a freak athlete, as we know. Kelsey's going to pull, and he's going to be the lead-in guy. So you'll see him come up into the hole here. And he's actually going to be this is funny enough, his assignment is to block this guy. But he comes way down here to do it. And you'll see why as the play develops. So let's go ahead and play it at full speed. Then we'll rewind. We'll break it down really quickly and move on to the next play. So here we go. You see Joe Thuney and Travis Kelce pull. Bam. We get a nice little seam in there. 6-yard gain. And everything is happy, hunky-dory. Let's see why, though. So a couple things that you're going to see here. Right around in this neighborhood, right? This is as the play is developing. This is kind of a slow developing run play. A lot of the pull plays, power plays, stuff like that are going to be a little bit slow developing because you're moving big guys from one side to the other. As we see it develop, you're going to see, we'll just get it going here. Bam. All right, stop right here. Let's go back even just a little bit more, a smidge more. All right, so right here. This is where a lot of younger running backs and impatient running backs get in trouble. Right here, this view is a young running back might see this as a cutback lane, and he might see this as a hold to the design play that is closed. Okay, this is where the play is designed to go. But if you see this guy that was lined up in the 4-eye that Wiley had to block, he looks like he's standing right in the hole where I'm supposed to go. So a young running back might have a tendency to try to cut it back right here because it looks tempting. You got a butt and a butt, and you're supposed to run to butts as a running back. But that linebacker's right there, and that cutback lane really doesn't exist because Trey Smith is supposed to try to block this guy. And if Jerick McKinnon doesn't help him block this guy, he doesn't get blocked. And you can't cut back this way because this dude is right here setting the edge. So let's watch it for a second more. What you're going to see is Jerick McKinnon helps Trey Smith get this guy blocked. Okay? So take a peek here. And then also you're going to see the hole open up because Trav's going to come down here and help seal off this dude that Andrew Wiley is having to block, which was a really tough assignment to come down to a 4-eye guy. So here we go. Bam. It's that quick. That hole's closed as soon as he goes through it. But the play was exactly as it was designed. And you can see as it progresses and as he continues to follow the play design, he's going to get that hole open, boom, and it's enough for a 6-yard gain. And if you get 6 yards every time, hey, you're doing pretty good. And this is something the Chiefs have to do better. When they get these 6-man boxes, they have to run the ball and get 6 yards, 5-6 yards every time. They just need to. So while I pull up the next play, I'll talk to you about why I possibly think that Jerick McKinnon's back on the team. And it could be Rojo didn't look so good. I know I had him staying on the roster when I did my 53-man roster prediction, but somebody wasn't giving them what they thought they were going to get, and it could be, honestly, it could be Clyde Edwards-Helaire, because they want to get backs more involved in the passing game, or it could be Rojo. So I don't think it's a particularly great sign that a guy that they apparently didn't want on the team, because they would have re-signed him a lot earlier if they really wanted him back. They decided to go back and bring him in. It's telling me they're not seeing what they're wanting, and I would guess it's out of the passing game, because that's what Jerick McKinnon really brings to the Chiefs offense, or any offense. It's his presence in the passing game, and you're going to see that in this next play that we're going to talk about right now. Excuse me. Here we go. So you see this is a run. This is a run formation. The reason I say that, it's 12 personnel, so you have one back and two tight ends. That's what we call 12 personnel. And you're going to see that we're running against a standard box, which is 7 guys in the box, right? And what they're going to go for here is they're gonna what I like to call a fake on a fake. So they're going to run a little what looks like play action pass, and it is a play action pass. But what they're trying to do, the guys at the pro level are so good at reading play action pass that it doesn't often hold them long enough to get done what you're trying to get done until much later in the game. So what you're going to see is you're going to see this guy take a big read step forward, and he's going to say, no, that doesn't look right. That looks like a play action. And he's going to bail out of here. And then kind of watch these guys. Orlando is going to keep him. He's going to keep him out of the quarterback's face. They're going to allow this guy to come in, and they're going to get Tooney over here to block big guy on little guy. So here we go. All right, right here, this linebacker, he took his read step forward, and he's like, nah, Mahomes is about to get me. He's going to drop back into his zone. This guy stuck with his zone, and we can see that if you were running a play action pass, maybe that wouldn't have got them. But it is a play action, but it's a play action screen. So what you're going to see here is people starting to flow. He's going to let this dude go on purpose. And he's going to get out here and get onto a little guy. And that's going to spring McKinnon. Boom. Right there. That's what you're getting with McKinnon that we don't have in the other backs we thought we would have in Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And honestly, no disrespect to Clyde. He just hasn't been able to do it, man. And I think, like I said, I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody. I just don't think he has the speed that they thought he would have. They thought he had better play speed than he does. And he just doesn't turn those screens into 20-yard gains as often as they would like. So we're going to look at one more play here, and it's out of... it's actually the very next play, and they run it out of the very same formation. So we're going to go to that right now. And what you're going to see on your screen now is a little bit more of that same idea that we saw in the first play, just out of a different formation and running to the opposite side. But it's virtually the same play, and it probably sounds like a very similar play call in the huddle if you were to listen to the play call, because you're getting the exact same blocking scheme. You're seeing Trey Smith pull, and you're seeing the tight end pull here. Now, on this particular play, this is actually a negative play for me, for Jerick McKinnon. It turns into a 4-yard gain, and you might say, well, hey, you can't call a 4-yard gain on a run play a negative play, but I'm going to show you why I believe it is a negative, and if I was his running back coach or I was the offensive coordinator, I would have gave him a negative on this play. What you're going to see develop here is this guy, Trey Smith, he's going to come up here and he's going to try to find a way to kick this guy out. But this guy's not stupid. He's unblocked. He knows he's unblocked, and he knows that he can't let Jerick McKinnon get outside of him. So he's going to come over here. He's going to kind of push up on Orlando Brown and kind of almost hide behind him and also try to help his buddy get off this block. And Trey Smith's going to try to find a way to get to him and kick him out. And then we're going to see Blake Bell try to lead up into the designed hole, and he goes, remember this, your second puller is going to go where the run play is designed to go most of the time. Most of the time, this guy is right and this guy is wrong. And I'm just telling you, I was a running back. I know we make decisions with our eyes sometimes that are not good decisions, and this was not a good decision for Jerick McKinnon. You're told more often than not to put your hand right on this guy's back and follow him wherever he goes, and it turns out better more often than not. So let's finish the play here. All right, bam. So Jerick takes a cutback there that I think he really should not have. It turned into a 4-yard gain. It wasn't a bad hole. So that's where a lot of people would tell me, well, dude, it's not a negative play. It is a negative play because it could have been a really big play had Jerick done what he was supposed to do and grab onto Blake Bell here and follow him on out to the outside. But what you're going to see is Jerick gets excited by this gigantic hole that Creed Humphrey, Orlando Brown, and Trey Smith opened for him, and it is a big stinking hole. But the problem is you got this linebacker, and the guy that's assigned a crackback block for this linebacker is this receiver right here that I believe is Tyreek Hill. I'm not certain. Excuse me. And he comes down and he gets a good crackback block on him. The problem with a crackback block from a wide receiver is he's not going to be able to blow this guy out of the hole, and he's not going to be able to come around and hook him either. Okay? And 41 doesn't end up even making the play, and that was Tyreek. It ends up being these two guys in these two D linemen right here. But that's because that's not the way the play is designed to go. You run two butts. Where's Orlando's butt? Orlando's butt is over here. So Jerick needs to run two butts. Instead, he runs to faces, and he gets a 4-yard gain that could have been maybe a 20-yard gain if we watch Blake Bell here. Now imagine if Jerick had followed and eventually caught up with Blake Bell and had his hand on his small of his back right here. He springs that and goes, okay? And goes for a while. So that's the negative of Jerick McKinnon in the run game. And I don't want to bore you guys with chalk talk. Let me know what you guys think about this. I want to keep it a fairly short video. If you guys like stuff like this, if you want to see me break down plays and kind of explain football to you, I can do that. Let me know in the comments. And as always, like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. But really, man, I'm doing this just because I enjoy talking about football. So if you guys want to chop it up, talk about football, hit me up in the comments, and I'll be glad to talk, chat, make videos for you, do whatever you want. If you got a special video that you'd like to see made, let me know. Until then, I'll see you later.
It could all be worse. I could be a hater like you.